Rightio, RGB. It's a Bernard multi-size collet, an EC collet, and there's a crack on this ring. It doesn't really affect the way it works or is used, but it don't look good. So what I'm going to do is take this collet chuck to pieces, or this collet to pieces, and then replace that ring from another collet. So what could possibly go right? It's all cast as one piece. It's then been machined out. The springs hold these arms in place, but this ring sits in a groove, so the ring has to come off over the top, and you have to collapse the main body inwards, so you need the jaws out. So to get the jaws out, I'm going in here. There you go. So I'll flick that one out. The jaws come out, there's plenty of room. This is flat ground. Looks quite smart, that, actually. So what I'm going to do is just work my way around. And take the springs out carefully. I better go and find that one. Okay, so I'm going to go around, take these springs out carefully. Catch you in a minute. Okay, so that was a bounce of that one. So this time I've put a bradawl down there, so that when this flies out, oh, I catch it. Okay. I don't believe it, I didn't catch it. Right, next time what I'm going to do, I've got it, but blow me down. Right, next time I'll put a bit of wire on it, because these could go anywhere. I was lucky to find that. I have destroyed the shed trying to find it, but you know, it took a bounce shot and right, I'm going to wire these. Okay, boxing clever. This time I'm going to get him coming out, put a copper wire in there. Okay, well that didn't work. I think basically they've sort of loosened off now, so never mind. Okay, so the bottom line is make sure you've tidied up real well before you start, because these springs are really powerful, and out come the jaws. So if you had to regrind some jaws on a fancy surface grinder, you'd be away. Get this ring off. The old Jubilee clip technique. Yep, that's sitting better. Ooh, that's tight. Okay, so that's your broken ring there. There's the brake. Okay, so I'll take that off and put a better ring on. That's sat down in that little snap groove there. There we go. So there's your snap groove and there's your ring sitting in it. There's your 6 jaws sat on a flat surface, so they're all the same size, and I don't think I need to, you know, number them up and fit them back into the same holes because they're free floating. Okay, so they just follow the taper until they tighten up. Does that make sense? Anyway, I haven't done. They are all the same size. Okay, we'll put these back in. So there's a little nick at the bottom that catches the bottom. So just working round. Restacking the jaws. Okay, that one's not keen. So if you needed to regrind jaws on these things, this would be how you do it. Take the collet to pieces. It's not such a bad job. Yet. And so on and so forth. So I'm going to work round and then fight with some springs. So far so good. Jaws are all in, and I've just put this piece of stock so that they don't all fall out when they tip it on its side. Now I've got to bend the spring in so that they engage the holes in each jaw, and it's going to be down on one side, up on the other side. So wish me luck. I think I'll use 2 pair of pliers and try and squonk it. Okay, it's getting serious. I'm hoping that the tool police aren't in town. So the tool police will not be happy. I've notched a screwdriver, and I've put the protective equipment on as well. I'm using a small nail, so here we go. Small nail, tuck it in there. Yeah, all the tactile sensation of no tactile sensation. Okay, right, here we go. Oh dear. Right, well, we're getting closer. Okay. Needs to go that way. That's in. Okay. So that's a bit of a kerfuffle. But if I just pull that pin this way, Yeah. Okay, 1 spring in, 6 to go. I will fight these and bring you back. Okay, trying to bend these in with your favourite pair of pliers, tricky. So this has proved to be a good technique. This last one is tricky. This one's got to go on this side. I'm doing it with the camera fighting me. Ooh, close to my thumb there. Wait up. They are pretty strong springs, these. Not quite. Pretty strong springs, up, down, all the way around, and we pull the pin. So there's your serviced collet. That's great news. Not beyond the wit of man, it's doable. The main thing here is that you realise that this is all one piece. You have to take the jaws out, crush the housing to get that ring back in. I'm not going to have a spare ring, am I? So I'm going to put this one back together now. Same deal, and maybe one day find a, I don't know, bandit part, but anyway, cracking. So there you go, that's your EC collet service. And just to remind you, that collet will fit in this bad boy. Just a reminder, when you're using these collets, it's really, this is for bar feeding, so that you can just push a bar straight in from the rear end of your machine and it'll centre the piece. You tighten on and just keep feeding through. The point is, if you put a short piece, you need to engage the whole of the jaw, otherwise they just tilt on them and they're no good. So, you know, you've got that length of stock you need to be gripping on, about 2 inches. Alright, so if you're gripping on 2 inches, it should be okay. I'm gone. Nice one.